Hi, recording.
Recording.
Um,
I'm sorry.
well, last time, um, what happened last time? You fought the butcher after, like, that's kind of all we did, if I remember. Like, that
Yeah,
combat took a surprising amount of time with
yeah.
some
For a
pretty.
dude, with like what was it, 10 hit points, he really took some fucking effort to put in the dirt.
He had
Some
that. He had
weird.
three protection, which was really what kicked kicked ass with that.
Note to
But
note to
you did
self:
it.
we need armor-piercing weapons. Note.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. But you uh,
You
I,
did. You did
I
do it. You got the last hit.
I can't exit the settings menu on Discord. No, there it is. The button was just gone. Like it was. It's weird. Um, we got our. I believe I divvied up the loot, or we didn't divvy it up, but I noted it all somewhere. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, back in the city beneath. Yeah.
I've got a new camping kit and butcher's antlers. I don't remember
Um,
where I got a camping kit from. Did I find a camp? Oh, the goblins probably.
no, that was found in the cave, in the butcher's cave. Where that was it belonged to one of the researchers that was
Right.
scout. Though, yeah, the researchers had a scout, and you saw like some gear of theirs in the cave that had like their insignia on it. Um, from the Academy of Knowledge and Understanding. Um, or the Academy for the Advancement of Knowledge and Understanding. Um, that's their full name. Yeah, it's a mouthful. Um,
Hmm. Oh,
yep, yeah, scroll up. Not even. Yeah, so we had some butcher's entrails that I believe are going to go to Glorious Bonaparte. The butcher's antlers are just an interesting supply, just an interesting item that you can use to trade. The nightmare claws are a weapon that I believe I said you could. Uh, the tags would change if you can find somebody that will like work them into an actual weapon, not just like holding onto
the
like a
guy, yeah, not just holding his hand.
yeah, like you can use them, but not they're not best to use right now. I believe tiring lowers the die every time you fail a roll with them.
Yeah, and then they're weird, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
which
what
makes
weird
it gives you like
does.
echo stress to use like that.
Oh yeah, if I roll max damage, I think I get echo stress.
Something like that. So like the more you fail, the more my idea was the more that you fail at using them, the more dangerous it becomes to use them. But like so it's like that diminishing return kind of game you have to play with.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um
weird. When you inflict stress with this item and roll the maximum amount, mark D6 stress to echo.
yeah. So they're like unnerving to use. They fuck you up.
Mhm.
But the other stuff that we got was a VIP invite to the Festival of the Dark Moon, which I have a little bit more context for that I came up with. That is a festival that takes place in the city of Plex, which is the biggest landmark, or I should say the biggest haven landmark on this ring. I added that to the ring. I also added a white line between Two Tone Station and Castletown to indicate that there's a connection between them, which means you don't need to delve to go between them. Um, excuse me. Um, and then the festival is slated to happen a like let's say like the equivalent of a month from now, the goblins were traveling there, and then died horribly and grossly. The bag of knucklebone dice, which is just it does what it says on the tin. A deck of cheat cards, same thing, and then the cracked totem to the god of travelers. Still don't have a name for that god. We'll come up with one if we need to. For now, it's just a D4 religion thing. And then traveler supplies are the things that were found in the butcher's den. Those used to belong, I should say, to the researchers, and they might like them back. We'll see. But you guys can get back to Castletown with no problem at all. If that's what you choose to do, you can also go on to Two Tone Station. But right now, you're still in the butcher's grounds, kind of like catching your breath, deciding what to do.
I have an ability as part of my network. When I enter a haven that I've added to my trade network, I gain a D4 haven resource.
Ooh, nice.
So increase the dice size. I'm going to assume this only works the first time I enter since the last delve. Obviously, I can't just we can't just
you can't just like refresh. It's like refreshing the market at a video game by entering and exiting.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a D4 haven resource.
Nice. I don't. Hang on one sec.
I'm gonna just call it network benefits. And then for every additional haven in the network, the die will increase up to a maximum of D10.
Oh, cool. I can't see our like little name thingies at the bottom.
Yeah, it's only showing mine.
It's not even showing mine for me.
Reload.
Let me just check. Did y'all see that in chat?
Yeah, I can see the chat.
Okay. I just wrote testing in chat.
Yeah, actually, I just turned the avatar video size back to large, and they're just still gone. That's weird.
Wonder if that's just a new quote-unquote feature.
Right. Weird.
What is Plex?
Plex is the largest city. It is a large haven landmark in this ring. It is just a big city.
Gotcha.
Yep. Wanted to add a like unrelated destination to your current adventure or your current path. Just, some little breadcrumbs for y'all to go investigate if you want. I gotta go help with the baby real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes. Make sure your beats are updated on the character beats bit, and I'll be back as soon as I can.
So I wanted to remind the two of you, I have some extra resources that I'm just holding on to. I don't necessarily have ownership of these, except so I think Tori may have gone over some of them, but I have the bag of knucklebone dice, which is a D6 haven resource. I have a cheating deck of cards, which is a D6 occult resource. Cracked totem to the god of travelers, D4 religion, and then a VIP invite to the festival of the dark moon, which is a D4 haven.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind y'all that I was holding on to those. I think this was stuff that recovered from the goblins. That the penitent incarnadine was appraising. What's that? So we have a delve potentially on the option with the big mountain path. The research team. I don't know if we've made a connection to Two-Tone Station. We cleared the Butcher's Delve.
I
So
think that
another delve might be making it. We might have to clear the harpies
no,
on the way to Two-Tone Station.
the harpies are on Big Mountain, which is the other way.
Oh, okay. I don't have a map in my head very well.
Well, there's a map on the page.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh. Aha, I didn't scroll.
Yeah. The Big Mountain delve is over by Heartfire Forge in the mountain.
Gotcha.
We have connected to Two-Tone Station. Clearing the Butcher's delve established the connection. Because the butcher was the thing causing the disconnect.
Gotcha. And so, okay, when we get there, I want to try and add Two-Tone to the network.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how that travel's going to work.
I do. Traveling through a delve you've already completed uses half the stress the delve would normally have. So it was I believe 10 resistance to find the butcher. So traveling from Two-Tone Station to Castletown now is only 5 resistance.
Okay.
In theory, if we're well prepared, we should be able to essentially just travel between Castletown and Two-Tone Station in a single dice roll. 2 if we suck shit. Do we? I don't know. It kind of depends.
All right. What are my fallouts? I need to review those.
Yes. I am my fallouts are half rations and bleeding.
Yeah, I have I have spitting teeth, which gives me a penalty to making use of like charm and talking and stuff, and then my gun arm is critically injured. Unfortunately, in the fallouts, they don't really give you room to detail what they do. They
What do
just
you mean?
give you the name. Oh, I'm stupid. Hold on. I put I put the name in the
In the
in the
descriptor? In the
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's not it's it's wild that the name section is the exact same color as the background of the character sheet and has no outline.
Yeah, I completely blanked that I could edit it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Fallouts.
Here are mine. I'm hungry and I'm bleeding. But it's fine because being hungry and being bleeding has given me enough blood protection that I don't need to worry about bleeding to death. Because of where is it? This ability. I always want to see Crazy Bee stuff.
I've lost access to the kill skill for the time
Ah,
being.
yes. Oh, that's so many fucking holy shit. Just scooping them and they're just fall. Holy fuck. She just. That's fair. But like, really just scoops them all off there. And then they fall like they're not an animal that can fly.
Well, they are clumped together, so
Oh my god.
they're also so small that a fall is not going to hurt them nearly as bad as like a larger creature.
You know,
Like
technically speaking,
they have less. They're going to fall slower because of their terminal velocity is just not very big, and they just don't have enough stuff in them to like get damaged. Like there's just not enough inertia to do a lot of damage. Like it's the difference between dropping a mouse 30 feet and an elephant 30 feet. The elephant will probably explode.
the elephant would explode. I've seen mice jump 30 feet down off of things and be perfectly fine.
Like they could still get injured, but not to the same like level of like absolutely lethal.
Yeah.
And that a big part of that is just because of how small they are.
Anyways, now that with this topic's been brought up, halflings in Dungeons and Dragons and gnomes should take like a quarter fall damage.
They're not that much smaller than they're the size of like children. They're not
Halflings
gonna
weigh like
children
30.
can't take that much bigger falls than people, adults.
They're like they weigh like 30 pounds, Jay.
Sometimes it depends on which system. In like the more in like third edition, they are like 30 pounds, maybe even fifth edition. In fourth edition, they are a little more like reasonably proportioned.
Gnomes especially, because gnomes aren't even like gnomes are like weird fucking like they're like weird subspecies of fairies and shit. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Pathfinder gnomes.
No,
I don't know if
they're Fey in D&D.
are they okay.
I think their
Gnome
Feyness was more explicit in fourth and fifth edition, but
I think I've mentioned this to M before, Jay, but my favorite thing about gnomes in Pathfinder is that they die if they get too bored. It gives them like it like saps the fucking color out of their skin and hair, and then they just start to slowly just die of being boring. Except for the like 1% of the population that have the I can be bored and not die mutation, who turn into an entirely new kind of gnome. Y'all remember y'all remember Kangaroo Jack?
yeah.
He didn't even talk in that movie. And then it was like a weird fucking like low key. It was like a weird mob spy thriller about hunting down a fucking kangaroo whose jacket had drugs in it, right? That was the plot. I saw it on Twitter. And I'm bored and tired, so I'm worried if I stop talking that I might like literally fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. I need to look at uh my next minor ability that I want to get. Probably going to be for Debtor's Reds, or maybe it could be for Network.
I think my next upgrade for my next minor upgrade is going to be an upgrade to Unstoppable, where it makes it so that when I'm injured, not only do I increase the size of my kill dice, I also increase the size of my delve dice.
Mm.
So being hurt will make me better at exploring. It's called Limping Onwards.
Yes.
Yes. I think Fallouts stick around until you
Yeah,
get
if they're
to
ongoing.
if they're ongoing, they stick around until you get to a place with a person who is able to help you with it. So Jay and I aren't going to be able to clear our blood fallouts until we find a doctor.
This is a cool ability. Karmic Ledger. Roll Discern plus Haven to cast this spell on a target you can see and hear. On a success, you determine their deepest karmic debt, the greatest thing that they've taken from someone else. When you act on this information, roll with Mastery.
I just
That's
look
really
at
cool.
someone and be like, I know who you owe a life to.
I know what you've done. Yeah.
I know what you did
When you
last summer.
cast Karmic Ledger, you can see who the debt is owed to. This is a minor upgrade via an ephemeral red string connecting the two parties. It's easy enough to follow it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Harvest. When you cast Karmic Ledger, you can beseech Incarnate to rate the value of their debt on a scale from D4 to D12. When you murder the target and give their debt to Incarnate, remove stress equal to the die size of their debt. Candidate. Once per session, when you spend a few minutes communing with Incarnate, they show you a vision of a person with outstanding karmic debt in your nearby area. That's scary. Crave is another major ability, as a big spell. Debt is just quantified of 1. You cut out the middleman. Roll Compel plus Haven to cast a spell on an NPC you're speaking to. On a success, you can instill a great desire for something in them. If the thing they want is unusual, it's risky. You can make them an addict. You can make it viral so it spreads. You can condition them. You can scar them. So that from now on, the first time they see you each session, treat them as though you had just cast Crave on them with the same subject of desire. That's fucked up. Broker's really cool. Mend plus Haven to cast a spell on a success. Remove D6 stress from any resistance other than supplies for one nearby character other than yourself. Minor Transferal. You can move minor fallouts from a willing target to an other than yourself to another willing target. And then you can upgrade that further so that the second target doesn't have to be willing. I can't get rid of I cannot get rid of my own thing, but I can give it to I can take it from any willing person and give it to another willing person, including myself. And
Wait,
then
this
the
is Fallout.
upgrade means the second it's a minor fall, any minor fallout. And then the second one, the upgrade to it means the target does not have to be willing.
If you get this ability, I'm giving you blanket permission right now to put as many minor fallouts on Silt as you can.
That's actually really funny. That's unfortunately going to involve um both a major and a minor, but I'll keep it in mind. Broker, the base broker ability is pretty useful to just kind of as a support, clearing stress. Probably best for Pluvici because Pluvici doesn't have bullshit Fallout stacking stuff. So keeping your stress down is probably better.
Internet?
Oh, also, Cycle of Debt is an ability from Debtor's Reds that I'm really considering. It is roll kill plus religion to cast this spell. Target an adversary who has been harmed by Debtor's Reds. They mark stress equal to your current supply stress.
Oh, actually, also, I guess technically speaking, right now, either of you could help me get rid of my half rations ongoing Fallout by marking D6 stress to supplies. But please don't, because then I'll start bleeding to death again. This is such a crazy way to build a character. It's like, yeah, if I eat a good meal, I might literally die. I have to continuously suffer to stave off suffering.
Yeah, so how do you...
So my bleeding as a ongoing trait is at the end of each situation where you have this fallout, mark D4 stress to blood. And then I have an ability that gives me +1 blood protection for each ongoing fallout I have. So right now, I have 4 blood protection. So no matter how much stress I take from bleeding, it doesn't actually affect me. But if I eat a good meal, I lose half rations, drop down to 3 protection, and start bleeding to death again. I have built an unstoppable monster as long as I'm a little hungry.
Okay, so what we have to do is the minor fallout can be cleared with a D6 resource at the appropriate haven, and then the major fallout has to be downgraded to minor first. Although I don't know the benefit of downgrading. I guess it just means that it takes a D8 and a D6 resource to clear a major fallout. Because, like, I don't think critical injury has a minor version that makes sense. I don't think it just becomes a different kind. Hmm. What's that? Oh, the two of you may be also able to clear stress when we return to Castletown by spending resources. Hmm. Well, it's a good thing we got so many resources at the let's see. What's the haven size? Or haunt? Dr. Glorious Bonaparte, I see. So the only stress we cannot clear is Echo here. I think it's based on the haunt. So, for example, Dr. Glorious Bonaparte can clear blood or mind stress. The Temple to a Long Lost God can clear fortune stress. The Hound Quartermaster in the open market can clear supply stress. I think you need someone. You have to go to a haunt to clear stress. Um, Players can do it. But Echo and Fortune cannot be cleared without special abilities or access to haunts. Blood, mind, and supplies can be cleared. With skills. Broker from the Incarnadine can remove anything but supplies. So, mhm. Mhm.
Well, if it's any consolation, I don't think they had them today. Because the place where all the ice cream sandwiches usually is was full of gelato. All right, I'm back. I got my little chocolate chip cookies and a little glass of lactose-free milk. So I don't have a tummy ache. Do I have to worry about that now?
Did you become lactose intolerant with your thyroid stuff? Or just
I
get
don't know
over?
if I don't know if it's my thyroid stuff or if it just happened, but yes. It's it's worse. It's worse with like foods that require like lots of milk to cook or heavy cream,
Mm-hmm.
like Alfredo sauce or mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But
Y'all want to know the most fucked up thing I eat semi regularly?
hmm,
So I make nachos. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of fancy stuff to make. Like I don't add like jalapenos or onions or beans. Um, so they're pretty plain, just cheese, maybe meat, and chips, of course. I make them with Doritos.
that
So
sounds banging actually.
it's awesome. So Doritos, and then usually a mix of cheese, 2 or 3 cheeses. Um, and then after I heat them up and it's all melted, I will dabble a little bit of hot sauce on them, and then I'll eat them with salsa.
Yeah, you know how to live.
It's fucking good.
Like
I mean,
ever.
they're just tortilla chips. They're tortilla chips with a bunch of ultra processed bullshit on them.
Mm.
They're tasty, if not terrible for you.
They're not even that bad for you as long as you don't eat an entire bag like every day.
Well, I mean, just ultra processed food in general is not good for you. But yeah, I'm a nacho cheeser, Cool Ranch hater. But you might prefer Cool Ranch for a nacho, who knows? I found though that the hot sauce, like that extra pungency from like the vinegar and the hot sauce, complements like even like a cheap salsa really well to like kind of bring out more of the flavor, and it goes well with the cheese and the chips.
Emerin, are you playing anything on your Steam account right now? Is it okay if I play Hades too? I have gotten past the second boss. I should be clear. I wanted to be clear. I should be clear. I'm not asking if I can play it in general, because that's what Steam Family Share is already for. I'm asking if I can play it right now because I know you're at your computer.
Dummy.
Can I buy safety from the guy? Hold on.
It was very lonely. I mean, I wasn't lonely in the sense that I was like, man, I wish I was around people. More so, I was very isolated. Um, but that first big lightning storm that happened, I dug underground and then didn't come up for like 2 hours because I found a mine shaft. So like, as long as I wasn't like getting into too many fights or like jumping around too much, I was able to stretch my food supply pretty long before I had to go back to the surface. And I had plenty of fuel from tearing apart the mine shaft. Yeah, part of it was I also just did not explore very far because like I was still working on getting like my basically my day one stuff together. No, I don't have any slime or honey. I could have gotten some honey if I worked really hard at it to because there were some beehives nearby, but I can't get any bees really at the moment because I just don't have any silk touch. And with all of the rain and there's a lot of water where I'm at, there's a good chance some of the bees just didn't make it anyway because they get hurt by water. Oh yeah, but they usually don't come out during the rain. I need to work with Ezra to, or just make a new portal because unfortunately my portal links with his. So like I go into the Nether and then I pop out in his base. The portals are too close. Like they're not. If we were more deliberate, like we could get the portals to link more appropriately. But it's just going to take some effort to do so.
Emerin, extra health or a power bomb? I'm streaming. You said to stream. All right.